So today we are going to discuss the other aspect of design of distillation column. So earlier we have discussed about the Maccabe-Thiele method and the assumption. Now we are going to discuss how to carry out the material balance in the enriching section and the stripping section. So this is the objective of this lecture. So now come to the material balance concepts. So we have draw one section, that is the enriching section of the distillation column. A portion of basically enriching section is here. So let us discuss for the top what happened. This is the first tray, this is the top tray. So a vapor is this is vapor is leaving from the top tray. It goes to the condenser where it is condensed out. This is a vapor portion. When it condenses out, it will be converted into liquid portions. This liquid is now stored in the reflux drum. Then a portion of the reflux drum is taken as a L0, that is the reflux, and the second portion is taken as a distillate, that is a D. So this is the top, basically the concept of the top streams. Now come to the journal. We have taken, this is the first tray, then after that there will be a second tray, third tray, fourth tray, and so on. So it means that there are number of trays in the enriching sections. So we have taken any tray, and that name is nth tray. It is a general format, small n, that is the nth tray in the enriching sections. So for that, this is the generalized format of material balance. So for the nth tray, obviously there will be a liquid that is flowing towards the down section of the nth tray, that is leaving the nth tray. This is the stream that is leaving, and we call it Ln, that is the flow rate of liquid leaving from the nth tray, that is Ln. Now after the nth tray, there will be the new next tray will be named as a n plus 1. So that's why any vapor that is leaving from the n plus 1 and entering to the nth tray, their name will be a Vn plus 1. So Vn plus 1 is the vapor that is leaving from the n plus 1 tray and entering into the nth tray. So if you carry out the material balance, material balance is simply in and out to find out the what are the inlets and the feed that is going inside the stripping section and enriching section, and the materials that are leaving from the enriching section. So if you just make it simplified version, so if you see that this is a D, so D is leaving, this is Ln, this is also leaving, and this is Vn plus 1, this is entering into the system. So we have three streams, one stream is entering, two streams are leaving. So in the material balance concept, where the law of conservation of mass is applied, in is equal to out, so it can be written as, overall material balance can be written as Vn plus 1 is equal to Ln plus D. Okay, it's a simple material balance, nothing else. Now now concentrate to the equations. This is the overall material balance. Obviously they have the components also, so we can go for the component material balance. So in the component material balance, we always go for the lighter component, that is the component A. So for the component material balance, if you go for the component A, that is general, obviously general format. So the composition of the, this is a vapor, and the composition of the vapor phase of the A in the vapor phase is denoted by Yn plus 1. So Yn plus 1 means the composition of the A in the vapor phase. Got it? And this is a flow rate of vapor that is leaving the n plus 1th tray. Okay. Similarly, this is a Ln, that is a liquid that is leaving the nth tray. So the composition of A, Xn is the composition of A in the liquid that is leaving the nth tray. Okay, so this is a liquid composition. D is a distillate, and the composition, obviously it is a liquid, so composition of A in the distillate is Xd. So this is the material balance for the component A. So that's why it's very clear, Yn plus 1 Vn plus 1 multiplied by Yn plus 1, that give the amount or the flow rate of A in the vapor phase. Ln multiply Xn means the amount or the flow rate of A in the liquid Ln, and plus dxd means the amount of A that is leaving through the distillate. This is a component material balance. Now in the component material balance, if we divide all these equations by Vn plus 1, so if you divide this one, so what happened, it looks like Yn plus 1 is equal to Ln upon Vn plus 1, Xn plus D, Vn plus 1, like this one. Okay, So this is the equation that we have derived for the enriching section. Now Ln Vn plus 1, these are the basically denoted the flow rate of the liquid and vapor at the particular tray. But if you are applying the Machabeth-Thiele assumptions that at every tray liquid flow rate is same, at every tray in the enriching section vapor flow rate is same. So we are going to assume that L1, that is the for the first tray the liquid flow rate will be equal to the second tray liquid flow rate will be equal to the third tray liquid flow rate and so on, and that can be taken as the value L, that is the general, that L is the flow rate of liquid in the enriching section. Similarly for the vapor, V1 can be equal to V2, can be equal to V3 and so on. So we can summarize that V is the flow rate of vapor in the enriching section. So this is the concept. So we can apply this L in the equation here, and we can apply this V in the Vn plus 1. So what happens if you apply these things? So Yn plus 1 becomes L upon V Xn plus D upon V Xd. This is the enriching equation. Finally, this is the enriching equation. So now this is the first form of the enriching equation, but this form is not useful for us. We have to rearrange and we have to define the second form of the enriching equation that will be useful and that can be used for the calculation. So now come to the next step of this enriching equation. So till now we have developed this equation. We have now got done how this equation is come around. Now come to the again on the diagram, the vapor that is leaving from the first tray and going outside, condenser, then converted into liquid, then it is divided into two parts. One part is distillate, one part is L, that is a reflux. So if you go through this one, so this V is nothing but V is divided into L and D. So we are going to use this concept. So for that thing we are going to introduce a new parameter, that name is R. R is known as a reflux ratio, and R can be defined as the ratio of L upon D, means this amount, L amount and D amount. This is a ratio of L upon D. So reflux ratio is a very important parameter. The significance and importance of this reflux ratio will be discussed in the later slide, but here we have to apply this concept. R is equal to L upon D. So if you rearrange, L is equal to R into D, simple. So because we are going to use this R, we are going to introduce this R in our equation. So in our equation we have L, we have a V. These are the parameters, these are the basically parameters that are unknown, and we want to remove these parameters. D is known, so we are interested to remove L and V. So L can be removed by this equation. L can be put the R into D. What about the V? So V, we can know that V is L plus D from this diagram. Okay, it's from this diagram. So V is equal to L plus D. Now if you divide V by D, so V upon D is equal to L upon D plus D upon D. This equation becomes this one, and if you simplify, so V upon D is equal to R plus 1, and V is equal to R plus 1 multiplied by D. So we can know the value of V, we can now get the value of L. So if you put these values, these L value and these V values in this equation, we can put in these equations. What happen? It becomes, it becomes this equation R, because L instead of L you can RD upon V, 1 plus RD. So D and D cancel here. In both equations D and D cancel. You can get R upon 1 plus R XN plus 1 upon 1 plus R XD. So this is the working equation for the enriching section. We are going to use this equation for the calculations. So this is the second form of the enriching equations. Got it? So now just look closely about this equation. What is the meaning of this equation? How we can use it? So first thing, this is the equation, enriching equation, working equation. The second thing, this is equation is a straight line equation. It's showing the straight line equations, because as we know that a straight line equation, this is equation y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope and c is the intersect. So if you look, if you compare the equation with these this format, you can find out the slope value will be this one, right? R upon 1 plus R is the slope value, and this will be the c value. This will be the c value. Okay. So what can you do? You can find out the slope, and one more interesting fact is there. It cuts the line y is equal to x at x is equal to xd. What it means, it will be explained in the next slide. So overall, This is the working equation, and this is the straight line equation, and the slope and intercept are given here. So these are the slopes and intercept. This is a complete C is the intercept. This is this intercept. Okay, fine. Now come to the next slide that will explain all these equations in the graphical way. So this is come to the next slide. This is the XY diagram where we have to put this equation. So the equation is known to us: y is equal to r upon 1 plus r xn plus 1 upon 1 plus r xd. Okay, this is general format of equations. So the first thing what we have to know, xd should be given here, but I have told you that this equation, this is the straight line equation, and this is also the straight line equation, y is equal to x. So these lines basically intersect with each other. To find the position and location at which point it intersect, you just put the y is equal to x. This you can just put the y is equal to here x, and generalize. You can here also put the x only, because we are specifically find out the intersection point. If you rearrange, you will find that x is equal to xd. This will becomes xd. What it means that both equations are intersect each other at xd point. So that is the meaning of this line. It cuts the line y is equal to x is at x is equal to xd. So xd, where is the xd? Xd is the composition of the distillate, the composition of A in the distillate, and this is the composition of A, and this is the composition of A in vapor phase. This is in the liquid phase. So now let us put the value of xd in this graph. Xd is the distillate composition of A. A means at the top. So I have already told you that at the top A is recovered as in a very pure form, means it can be a 90%, it can be a 95, 98%, 99%. So the more purest form of the xd will be at the top. So suppose we assume xd is 90%. So this is a thumb rule. You have to assume the xd value always 90 and more than 90%. So if you put this value is 90% here, so you can see that let us take the example. This is a 90%. So this is the point, basically this is the point where both lines are intersect with each other. Okay, now the second thing, if you want to draw any straight line, for example, just like enriching line, we need 2 points. One point is used by this line, that is it cuts the y is equal to x and xd. So this is the 1 point. We got this point by just knowing the xd value. We have to find out the second point, and second point gives the, that is the c, that is the intercept value. So how we can get the intercept value? Just put the x is equal to 0. If you put the x is equal to 0, the things will be gone here, only c value will be there. So for example, if r is given to you, r is equal to 1 plus 1.2, so what we can do, we can find out 1 upon 1 plus r, multiply by the d also. It is missing here, 1 point is missing here, so you can add, multiply the xd. Xd is the 0.9. So it becomes now it becomes not 4.45, it is lesser than 0.45, but you can manage it. Say for example, the value of the c is 0.45, so the next value will be here. This is the second point. So you have to join these 2 points. This is the first point and this is the second point. You have to join these 2 points. Now this, join these 12 points, this is giving the enriching line. So in this way we can find out the enriching line on the XY diagram. This is a way to draw the enriching line in the XY diagram. First find out the xd, second find out the r value, and then find out the c, that is the intercept value, and that can be found by putting the x value as equal to 0. So you can also try this one in your basically in your computer to find out the value. Correct the equations. There is slightly mistake here. You have to put the value multiply by the xd, that becomes 0.4. So your line could be here. This line can be could be there. Now come to the second one. This is the enriching equation. Obviously the second equation is the stripping equations. We can generalize this one again. So we can have the different symbols for generalization of the stripping section. That's why we have taken m value. So this liquid that is coming from the tray m, entering to the tray m plus 1, because if you go down, the tray number will be increased. For example, this is a 6, this will be 7th, 8th, and so on. And this is a vapor that is leaving from the m plus 1th tray. So that's why, and this is a W that is leaving. So overall there are 3 materials: LM, liquid coming to the enriching section from the mth tray, Vm plus 1 leaving from the m plus 1th tray vapor, W is the amount, that is the bottom product. So if you go for the material balance, So you know that this is Lm is equal to, very simple, Lm is equal to W plus Vm plus 1, but always we have to try generalized format y in the y is equal to mx plus c. So we have to put in the this format ym plus 1 is equal to Lm minus w. So this is a rearrangement of this equation. So this is the first thing, go for the component material balance. If you go for the component material balance, so obviously with respect to the vapor of m plus 1, this is the composition of A in that vapor, and Lm is the liquid flow rate, and this is Xm is the composition of A in the mth tray, W is the bottom product, Xw is the composition of A in the bottom product. So if you multiply these two values, so this value becomes the flow rate of A in the vapor that is leaving from the mth plus 1 tray. This means the flow rate of the A in the liquid that is leaving from the mth tray and entering the m plus 1th tray. This is the flow rate of A that is leaving from a bottom product. So this is the concept of the component material balance. Now rearrange it again, divide the Vm plus 1, you can get this equation. Very simple. And now again apply the Macabe-Thiele equation, Macabe-Thiele assumptions. So we can get Lm is equal to Lm plus 1 is equal to Lm plus 1 Lm plus 2 and so on. So that is finally L dash to differentiate from the enriching section. If you put L, so there will be confusion because L symbol is taken for the flow rate in the enriching section. So L dash is the flow rate in the stripping section. Got it? Now similarly Vm plus 1 is equal to Vm plus 2 and so on, and that is equal to V dash. So V dash is the flow rate of the vapor in the enriching section, L dash is the flow rate of liquid in the enriching section. You have to apply these two values in this equation, means you have to change this one, you have to change Vm plus 1 and Lm plus 1. This is the final equation. Ym plus 1 is equal to L dash upon V dash Xm minus W upon V dash Xw. This is the final enriching equation, and we have to work on this one, but we cannot draw this line because L dash and V dash is unknown for us, and there is no reflux type of concept, although there is one reboiler concept out there, but we are not going to use that concept here. Simply L dash and V dash are there. This is the final and working equation for us, but unfortunately we cannot draw the L dash and this line because the L dash and V dash are unknown. So that's why to draw this line we need one more help, and for that thing we need one more equations, and that equation is known as the feed equation that will be discussed in the later chapter. Thank you very much.